and thanks for coming. Let's start out with a question. How many of you have ever read, typed, or sent an email? Well, that's just about everybody, isn't it? From AOL users to Microsoft Exchange administrators, electronic communication is a part of our daily lives and our business lives. But email isn't the only form of electronic communication outlet out there. There's a whole world of possibilities. There's online meetings. They're the next generation of doing business. Gone are the days of expensive travel and expense reports. Online meetings allow businesses to communicate in a central location no matter where the employees are. Video chat is another form of electronic communication. It helps workers collaborate on projects. It can be more personal than a phone call, and workers can form relationships with others around the globe. Again, video chat is also another way businesses can be productive and save money at the same time. File sharing is another great electronic communication tool. It allows employees who may or may not be in the same office to share ideas. It allows users to share large files that might not fit in an email, and it also keeps the IT department happy since servers don't get bogged down with those big files. Online collaboration can be similar to file sharing, but really encompasses a project from start to finish. Employees can work together to complete a project, sharing and developing ideas as a group. And with this software, managers can also track the progress of the project as well as who's working on it and what functions they are working on. So some email basics. Just about everyone has sent an email at some point in their lives. All it requires is some internet access, an email address, a provider, and the software to read and organize email. Email software can do more than just allow reading. It can organize your whole schedule. Software like Outlook and Gmail allows you to keep an address book, a calendar, and many other resources all in one place. Some basic do's and don'ts for email. Always be professional. Unless it's a personal email, make sure to use your proper greetings and closings. That means say, "Dear John Smith, sincerely Alex," at the end. Make sure that you use proper grammar and you write in complete sentences and in paragraph form as if you were writing a regular letter. And I'm guilty of this, but try and refrain from using emoticons in your emails unless you're emailing a peer that you're really casual with, but you don't want to use a smiley face in an email that you're sending to the president of another company. Spell out your words. I've received lots of emails where people have written it like it's a text, using the letters you, are instead of your. It's important to make sure to write everything out. Choose your words carefully, because what you write and what you send is on record forever. So make sure you proofread and read through and it says exactly what you want it to say. Follow email etiquette. Don't use all caps, things like that. Refrain from using trendy phrases and abbreviations that the reader may or may not understand, because you weren't there to explain it. I think one of the most important things is to proofread your letter. Spell check is great, but I personally know the embarrassment of having misspelled a word and having it corrected to incontinent when I sent the email. There's many email providers out there. Your internet provider probably included an email address with your account. Gmail, Hotmail, Yahoo, Firefox are just a few of the free email providers out there. It all depends on what you want your email to do for you. Do you just want to send messages, or do you want to organize your whole life? It all depends. Online meeting basics. Online meetings and webinars have replaced many face-to-face meetings in business. For one, it's cheaper and it saves time. Employees don't have to travel halfway around the globe to have an hour meeting. We can all just sit at our computer and meet together. All you need is a computer with internet access. And it's faster than email because you can collaborate right there on the phone. and it's instant. It also can be more personal because you can get to know each other. You're talking to each other. There's inflection in your voice. It might be easier for you to understand what the person's truly trying to say instead of just reading it. Everyone knows, and I agree, that meetings can be meetings. So to ensure online meetings or webinars are successful, here's a few do's and don'ts. Make sure you encourage participation, but don't let one person or group dominate the conversation. We've all been in a meeting with a know-it-all that monopolizes the conversation. This doesn't get anything done. This is just one or two people talking, and there's no sense in even having a meeting if this happens. Make sure that no one is having side conversations. This is especially important in online meetings. Not only is this rude, but it can get confusing for others who aren't in the room. If one person is talking on the other end of the phone and you're having a side conversation, it may sound like you're interrupting them. Be professional and don't allow personal attacks. Try to keep things like sarcasm to a minimum, essentially act like you're in a face-to-face meeting. It's the same thing. You don't want to be rude, you don't want to be snippy, you want to act professional. Here are a few examples of some online meeting softwares. Some are free, some are expensive. It will depend on what your business wants to use or wants to do. GoToMeeting and WebEx are some of the free tools. Some of the software is free for one terminal, but then costs to have on several terminals. It all depends on how you want to set your meeting up. Do you want 5 people to sit around one computer, or do you want to have each person on their own computer at their desk? I have provided a list of some of these free options on the handout that was on your chair when you came in, and if there wasn't one there, I have extras you can pick up after we're done. Web or video chat is similar to an online meeting, but is usually a one-on-one conversation. It's another tool that allows employees from across the globe to work together and collaborate. It's less formal than an online meeting and can build relationships within the workforce even if the employees aren't in the same office. Just like any other business communication, there's do's and don'ts. Make sure you use a decent camera and you're well lit. It defeats the purpose for the person on the other end to see just a black square where your face is supposed to be. Don't forget that the other person doesn't just see your face. They see what's behind you. If you're working from home, clear all that clutter out. Make sure the kids' toys aren't strewn across the floor behind you. Put the dog up, especially if you're at home. You don't want to be sitting on a meeting or in on a meeting or a conversation with someone in a professional situation and have your dog barking behind you. You can wear your pajama bottoms, but from the waist up, look put together. Brush your teeth, comb your hair. Look presentable, because what's on the screen needs to be professional and businesslike. Even though you're at home, you're still representing your company. Make sure to keep eye contact with the other person, and that can be difficult because you're just staring into a camera. But if you look away and start doing other things or fidgeting while the other person's talking, it essentially looks like you're ignoring them on the other end. So it's important to keep eye contact as if you were having a regular conversation with them. Most video chat software is free and can be downloaded easily. Just make sure if you're downloading it on a work computer that is an approved software. Your company may have security protocols to follow regarding this type of software and its use. They also might have a proprietary program that they bought that they put on all the computers, and that may be what they want you to use without any exceptions.